Hello, my name is Delio Clark. This is part 3 of our geological timeline presentation. The Mesozoic era is the period following the Paleozoic era. The Mesozoic era spans from 248 million years ago to 65 million years ago, approximately 183 million years long total. The Mesozoic era is primarily remembered as the time the dinosaurs roamed the earth. A large majority of the Mesozoic era is primarily dominated by dinosaurs, which is why the era is many times referred to as the Age of Dinosaurs. It is also easily remembered as the Age of Dinosaurs from various movies such as Jurassic Park. This era was also the time of Pangea. Pangea was when all of the Earth's continents were all together in just one continent. All the continents were still intact and not broken apart. However, during this era, we also see Pangea begin to split, initially splitting into two major continents. This happened around 175 million years ago, nearly halfway through the era. Major reptile groups came about during this era due to many lineages of reptiles invading marine environments, adapting, and evolving. This gave rise to four major reptile groups and many others as well. This also led to reptiles being a very prevalent and successful species during this time. While this era saw a lot of growth and evolution, it also saw death and destruction just the same. This era experienced the deadliest extinction to date, with the KT extinction, and also had the Permian Triassic extinction early on as well. These are also better known as the fourth and fifth major mass extinctions. The Triassic period. The Triassic period is the first of three periods of the Mesozoic era. Lasting approximately 47 million years, this era was the beginning of the long reign dinosaurs would have over the earth. The earliest fossils of dinosaurs, turtles, and crocodiles were dated back to this time. This period is where we see the first dinosaurs introduced, the archosaur, also known as the proto-dinosaur. While dinosaurs ruled the earth, they were not the only ones on it, however. Along with dinosaurs, mammals were also introduced during this time period. Around 210 million years ago, the earliest known mammals, known as morganicontids, lived in the shadows of dinosaurs. They were one of several mammal lineages that emerged around that time. Although dominated by dinosaurs during this time and living in the shadow of those beasts, the mammals that survived paved the way for many other mammals who would live on to dominate the planet. Fossil evidence found during this time also suggests that flying and aquatic reptiles that had previously adapted thrived very well. The Triassic period also saw the fourth major mass extinction. This caused 23% of all families and 48% of all genera on the planet to go extinct. The Jurassic period. As dinosaurs continued to diversify and dominate the planet during this time, they went through many evolutionary changes and adaptations. An adaptive radiation among dinosaurs diversified dinosaurs into two groups: herbivores, who only ate plants, herbs, and shrubs, and carnivores, who hunted their prey and ate meat. Herbivores were primarily herbivores primarily stuck to greens and shrubs. Carnivores, however, had sharper teeth and would have to work to find their meals, primarily preying on mammals and smaller dinosaurs. Birds also evolved during this time, originating from reptiles. This is when we see the archeo, however you say that name, the earliest known bird. The name derives from the ancient Greek archeo meaning ancient and the other half meaning feather. This bird shares many features of theropod dinosaurs and modern birds. This is why it is widely considered to be a transitional species between birds and reptiles. In many ways, this bird is more similar to small theropod dinosaurs than many modern birds. As you can see in the bottom right, the bird consists of many feathers which were not found which were not previously found on flying species on the planet. Marine life throughout the Jurassic period was also highly diversified. The largest marine carnivores were the plesiosaurs. They were broad-bodied, long-necked, and had 4 flipper-shaped limbs. There were also the ichthyosaurs. The ichthyosaurs were a fish-like reptile that was the most common marine life during this time. This species also was believed to be one of the first species on the planet to give birth to live young, as in many fossils it has been found to have smaller versions or smaller fossils within adult fossils. The Jurassic period also played a large role in the evolution of the plant life on Earth. Prior to the Jurassic period, plant life on Earth was compiled of bryophytes, which were low-growing mosses, and liverworts that were confined to swampy, moist areas. During the Jurassic period, however, we are introduced to gymnosperms. Gymnosperms are cone-bearing plants, such as conifers, that allow for wind distribution of pollen. This new ability to pollinate allowed plants to diversify even further with the bisexual reproductive manners of pollination. By the end of the Jurassic period, gymnosperms were widespread across the Earth. This played a very important role in the evolution of plants throughout the next time period. The Cretaceous period. The final period of the Mesozoic era was the end of an era and a birth of a new one at the same time. Lasting approximately 80 million years, the Earth changed tremendously during this period. During this period of time, we saw a thriving, living, and growing world abruptly stopped and destroyed, completely changed forever. The KT extinction is what divides the Cretaceous period, the end of the Mesozoic era, and the Tertiary period, which starts the Cenozoic era. The KT extinction happened around 65 million years ago and took out an estimated 75% of all living species on Earth at the time. Scientists originally thought the cause was changes happening to the Earth's atmosphere and climate. However, that belief was changed once a discovery was made. While there is no 100% sure proof of what caused the extinction, there were minerals that were only able to be found in space, that were found inside of the Earth, matching the dates of the extinction. This caused the scientists to believe the extinction was due to an impact from a meteor, asteroid, or comet. That would explain the abrupt manner of which all the species went extinct and the lack of evidence supporting other theories. Dinosaurs, large marine mollusks, and over 70% of the population on Earth was wiped out without a trace. No more fossils, no more dinosaur fossils have been found from later periods. This this extinction also led to the growing of flowering plants. This is where we get our first appearance of flowering plants, which become a huge impact in our world, and it shapes the next period, the next era.